After the horrors of World War II, many people abandoned any beliefs of an ordered and moral world. When Nazis became possible, meaning became much harder to find. As such, existentialism became popular, the notion that there are no guidelines to our actions and that we live in a meaningless world with the absurd task of trying to find meaning. As society began to process the aftermath of the war, existentialism found its way into the entertainment industry. And its message can be seen in many of the movies of the 1950s era. In this video essay, I'm going to talk about its influence in one of the greatest heist movies ever, The Asphalt Jungle. Directed by John Huston, The Asphalt Jungle tells the story of a jewelry heist gone wrong. While the actual heist itself takes up a measly 11 minutes of the 2-hour-long film, the rest of the movie places its focus on the setup and tragic aftermath of the heist. This shift in focus of the story would later be adopted by many movies in recent history, like Reservoir Dogs, Ocean's 11, and Heat. John Huston's influence becomes immediately visible. Doc Irwin, a brilliant man, comes out of jail after a long sentence. He visits a bookie named Kobe and presents a plan for a jewelry heist that will make a lot of money.
We're gonna make a lot of money together.
Doc needs funding to hire 3 men, a safecracker, a driver, and a hooligan for the robbery, as well as a fence to exchange the jewels for money. A rich lawyer named Emmerich agrees to provide the funding and act as a fence, so the heist takes place. Only, plans go wrong and everyone either dies or gets arrested. The central idea behind existentialism is that existence precedes essence, that we live in search for answers in an answerless world. A sense of purpose can appear by adopting systems created by other people, such as government, school, or religion, but according to existentialists, anyone who denies his or her own freedom by following a received moral code is guilty of bad faith. So, an authentic path is to discover one's own values and morals. But anyone who goes down this path will be alienated by society because he or she refuses to accept the given moral codes of others. This contradiction between authenticity and reality is perfectly shown in The Asphalt Jungle. Society is constructed in a way where cash rules everything and is the key to the pursuance of goals and essence. This broken down and unfair nature of the system forces many people to find external pathways to gaining money. Cunning exploits that lead beyond the boundaries of law and morality. I'm of course talking about crime. What The Asphalt Jungle reveals more importantly is the fatalism that rules as plans go awry, emphasizing the bleak reality of urban life and the disillusionment that it brings. As the audience, we knew from the beginning that the heist would not work out. Kobe is nervous around money.
What are you sweating for? Money makes me sweat, that's all. It's the way I am.
Emmerich is actually broke.
Bob, I'm broke.
And the corrupt detective witnessing their secret meeting would definitely not be keeping quiet about it. Human relationships were flawed and unreliable, and society seemed constantly biased in favor of others. Knowing all this, the heist's inevitable failure more than anything feels regretful, as if the crew had no chance from the very beginning, no escape from the dirty, crooked streets of that bleak city. Speaking of which, John Huston's cinematography in The Asphalt Jungle perfectly portrayed the bleakness of urban life. Filmed in black and white, the empty city streets and closed shops look monotonous, meaningless, and grim, much like the realities of living in that city.
Like I'm always telling her, if you want fresh air, don't look for it in this town.
The many back alleys traveled through by the characters are dark, dirty, and crooked, much like the criminal tendency that spreads throughout the city's inhabitants.
One of these days I'll make a real killing, then I'm gonna hit for home. First thing I do when I get there, I take a bath in the creek and get this city dirt off me.
Rooms are claustrophobic and busy, symbolizing both to how the characters are trapped in that grim system of society, and also to the futility of their plans of getting out. All these elements of the film together reveal just how grim urban life can be, hinting to the crew's upcoming tragic end. What shows the ruling of fatalism above all is the film's ending. As all the characters either die or get arrested, we finally arrive at the tragic yet anticipated ending to the story. The film very much makes the audience care about its characters. Even though they're criminals, we still want to see them succeed, to see them achieve their goals regardless of the immoral path they've chosen to take. In the Asphalt jungle, no one is a hero. The city has rubbed its dirt on all who live in it, regardless of their wealth or status. The film sends a final tribute to existentialism in its closing moments. As we follow our main anti-hero Dix, seeing him stumble at long last towards his father's farm, we cling to the hope that he might make it, that freedom will prevail. But then, as he falls dead to the ground, we are reminded that freedom, however, leaves absurdity in its wake, because at the end of the day, the world is indifferent to the hopes of humanity.